Welcome to FreedomCast, a podcast dedicated to interviewing star icons and entrepreneurs who have encouraged others to become more healthy and active. My name is Ashton, and it's my pleasure to host you as we take another trip through the fitness industry. It's entertaining and informative, and I hope it makes fitness more exciting and special to you in your own fitness journey. FreedomCast is supported by Freedom Fitness Equipment in Charlotte, North Carolina. Freedom Fitness Equipment serves the health and fitness community nationwide, from free weights and strength equipment for home gyms and studios to cardio and conditioning equipment for commercial spaces. Check them out at freedomfitnessequipment.com. Let's get rolling with today's show. Okay, cool. So we got Kjarstie here. You're mainly on TikTok, but I see you also have an Instagram account. And so for folks who don't know, you just need to follow her just to get in the groove of things. She's got a lot of awesome and really, really on point and funny fitness content that I can personally relate to. I know you guys can as well. So welcome to FreedomCast, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. So on her TikTok profile, was it always fitness related, or did you kind of just get on the platform and start shooting videos at random?
Yeah, so I downloaded TikTok back in 2020 when the pandemic hit, and everybody was downloading it as a joke. And I made several videos during that time just for fun because I was so bored. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment by myself, and I was at an internship, so I was like 800 miles away from my family and couldn't go into work because they sent us all to work from home, right? So, and all the gyms were closed, everything was shut down. So my source of entertainment was TikTok, and none of them were gym related. I would just find sounds and I'd be like, oh, that's funny. And both of my parents they have acting background, and I used to be a ballet dancer, so I have some acting skills, I guess you could say. Nice. And so it was just fun. And I did that for a little while, and then I stopped making stuff that when I went back to school, and I was just consuming content basically. And then I started making a couple videos here and there, again, just for fun. And I kind of always thought that I would like to make content on the regular, but I didn't really know how to get into it. And then I thought in the back of my mind that I wanted to have some sort of fitness platform, but I kind of had this notion that I needed to be better before I started posting on the internet, right? I was like, I don't know enough stuff. Like, I don't have a good enough physique yet, and people are going to make fun of me, and I'm just starting out and I can't do it. And then one day, it was August of this year, I just checked when I started posting regularly. I was like, you know what? Like, let me just do it. And so I just started posting every single day. And they got some views, and then they got some more views, and people started following me. And that was August 1st when I started posting every day. And now it's November 1st, and I just hit 11,000 followers. So that's basically all of my TikTok history. I just kind of decided to go for it. And then I just made my Instagram maybe like a month ago, because people were asking me in my comments, like, do you have an Instagram? And I don't post very regularly on there because I just don't have the time to make content for 2 platforms right now. But hopefully, like, after I graduate, I'll have more free time and I'll be able to make some more Instagram and TikTok content. But awesome. Yeah.
That's fantastic. One thing, just as a pro tip, if you're interested, Instagram's really focusing on Reels right now. You can literally take the exact same, there's like a TikTok video download app. You can download the videos you make on TikTok and just post them to the Reels section of Instagram, not even on your main profile. I'm sure it'll blow up like crazy because people love your content. So anyway,
thank you. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I'll try that.
How long have you been into fitness and just going to the gym and all that stuff? Like, cause again, like finding a woman who is interested in actually lifting is a rarity. It's mostly like, hey, we're going to go run. Hey, and my wife is the exception to this as well, because we both love to power lift, but like,
sure. Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
So I mentioned earlier, I was a ballet dancer for a while, about 7 years. and I wanted to be a professional ballerina.
Mhm.
But I ended up injuring myself because ballet is horrible on your body.
Yeah.
And I quit when I was about 13. And for a couple years, I did, it's called aerial silks, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like Cirque du Soleil type of stuff.
Yep.
And
That
that
sounds
was super
hard.
fun. It is. Yeah. I built up a lot of upper body strength. It was super fun. And then I quit that when I moved away for college because it was in my hometown,
Mhm.
and started going to the gym with my roommates.
Mhm.
And I was pretty much just doing like cardio and abs. And I would just go on the elliptical for like 30, 45 minutes and then do a bunch of setups and leave. And I wasn't really eating a whole lot. I didn't have great eating habits. I lost maybe like 10 pounds my first semester. And then I came home for the summer and my brother was there. He's my older brother.
Mhm.
He had just spent a year living in North Carolina, working and lifting weights like every day after work. And he was huge at this point. And I come home and he looked at me and he was like, "You are too skinny and you're going to the gym with me tomorrow and I'm going to teach you how to lift weights." And I was
Wow.
like, "Okay." And so I started going to the gym with him that summer, and it was super fun. I had a great time. My brother and I get along really well, and I just kind of followed his workout plan and did everything that he did.
Nice.
And since it was pretty much my first time lifting weights, you know, you get like the newbie gains and you start
Mhm.
seeing the progress really fast, and that was really exciting. And then when I went back to college the next fall, he actually started going to the same school as me. He's getting his second undergrad. So I continued to work out with him. And I also just started dating, who is my fiance at the time, and he is also super into lifting weights. So we would kind of all go together or see each other at the gym or whatever. And I took about maybe a year off from lifting weights because when I first started, I didn't really have a very expansive knowledge about nutrition and what I
Mhm.
should be eating. And I just knew like protein equals muscles. And so I would just eat everything that had high protein. And as a result, I ate a lot of food and I gained maybe like, I want to say 15 pounds. So, of
Nice.
course, I gained plenty of fat along with some
Sure.
muscle. And then I was like, "Oh no, I'm too big. And this is all because of weights. And I need to go do more cardio." And so I started doing cardio again. And then I also could not go to any gyms during the pandemic. So I was just running every day.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of my muscle mass during that time. And then once I kind of started researching more and learning more about nutrition and lifting weights and doing some of my own kind of plans and stuff like that, I started getting back into lifting weights. And it's been about a little over a year of being consistent with it now.
Nice.
And I have no plans of stopping. I love it. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
I'm curious who you see as kind of your mentors in that space or who you followed to get advice about lifting. There's a lot of different folks in that industry, and
Yeah.
all of them are great. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so let's see. I got some of my information from TikTok actually,
Oh, okay.
because two of the women that I follow who post really great stuff. One of them is Sabrina McMullen, who you had on your
Yes.
show. Yeah,
We
she's
interviewed her
awesome.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to your podcast with her.
Awesome.
And the other one is Julia Renee. I don't know if you've heard of her,
Mm.
but she is a bodybuilder as well. She competes in the wellness category.
Okay.
She actually just got her pro card pretty recently, but I followed both of them and I was watching their content and everything. And I actually saw, I think it was Julia, she posted a video kind of opening up about her struggles with binge eating disorder.
Yeah.
And I watched that and I was like, huh, I kind of have some of these things. And when I first thought that, I was like, oh, but I don't have an eating disorder. I just eat similarly to people who do. But there's no me. Like, I didn't really think that I had that anything was wrong, but I just like ate similarly to people with disorders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during the time that I was kind of taking a break from lifting weights and I fixated on like the scale, and I had like this certain idea of how much I needed to weigh. And I tried so many different fad diets. I tried keto, I went raw vegan, that did not last long. I tried intermittent fasting, carb cycling, calorie cycling, like anything you can think of. And it's tough because if you don't have a formal education, there's so much misinformation out there, and it's so easy to be like, oh, this is going to work. This one's going to work, right? And so when I started getting in onto the Fit Talk videos, and I started seeing like Sabrina calling out the BS where she sees it, I'm like, oh, this girl has a degree and she knows what she's talking about, and everything that I've done is wrong. and and I started just learning a lot from her and from Julia. And Julia, actually, she recommended a book in her video called Never Binge Again.
Okay.
And she said that it helped her a lot. And I kind of like tucked it away in the back of my mind. But since I was sure that there was nothing wrong with me, I never read it until this past summer, actually.
Okay.
And I read the book and it was super helpful. And I have not binged since I read that book, and I've been practicing intuitive eating.
Yeah.
Because I used to track everything, and it's exhausting to track
It
everything.
It is.
And especially if you have like a binge eating disorder or like any type of eating disorder,
It's
it can
harmful,
really get in your head, right?
Yeah.
And I would like set my calories to 800 some days, or like 1200, which is
Whoa.
horrible.
Whoa.
So bad.
Yeah.
Like kills your metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
Energy levels go way down. And then I would just binge. And if anybody like who has a binge eating disorder knows that it's like once you start, it's impossible to stop. And the book that I read, it describes it as like a survival instinct gone wrong, where your brain is like, I have to eat everything I could possibly fit into my body like right now.
Wow.
And it's crazy. And after I read that book, it just had so many like ideas that I never thought of for different ways to think about food and nutrition, and helped me so much. And not necessarily my outcome was probably like the best case scenario, where I have not had any issues since I read the book. I'm sure that doesn't happen for everybody, but that helped me so much. And it's crazy that it's all from like TikTok that I found these people, and were able to inform me about nutrition and lifting weights. And that's kind of like part of the reason why I wanted to start my own. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a registered dietitian or anything like that, but I have learned a lot about what not to do. So I can definitely, at least share some of that with people who might be going through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and anybody who's paying attention to this, note those two people that Kjarstie just mentioned. There's a lot of crap, as you well know, on TikTok, Fit Talk, Gym Talk. A lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. But what I've found really helpful is following the people that for sure aren't spewing a bunch of BS. And then eventually they will recommend other people like you just named, who are also reliable sources that you can follow as well. But what happens for some people is they'll get onto TikTok or Instagram, whatever platform, they'll see an influencer and they'll be stunned by the visual effect, whatever that happens to be. And then they'll go all one way, do the 6 minute ab routine and all that stuff, and never really come to the meaty content that you've found. So that's fantastic. That, like, you rarely hear about those social media stories that end up positively, because most people get stuck down a rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, like during COVID, try to do some home workouts, right? And they'd have like, oh, get abs in 2 weeks, like all this crap. And it's like, come on. I now I get so mad when I see stuff like that.
Yep.
And I haven't made any of the types of videos that Sabrina makes. I'll leave those to the professionals, but I watch it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So
it's crazy. It's a new thing. It kind of repeats itself. It's like a new thing every 6 months of some BS that people are talking about. So on personal background, so you mentioned school a little bit. Did you say you were going for your engineering degree? Did I see that in a video? Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a senior in mechanical engineering.
Fantastic. And are you able to disclose the school, or should I keep that private?
I'll keep that private.
Okay, sounds good. No problem. You don't want everybody to know where you live. So why engineering, and what are you planning on doing with that?
Sure. Well, I actually started going to college full time when I was 14.
What?
Both of my parents worked at a college in my hometown, and I was homeschooled up until that point. And it was great. My mom did a great job. When I was, I guess, 13 or 14, I was going to go to a public high school for dance, but then I got injured and I couldn't dance anymore. And I went to like the first 2 days of high school and absolutely hated it. I was like, are you kidding me? I get here the crack of dawn and I didn't get home until like 4 or 5, and then I have homework to do. And the first day I got through it, and then I realized that I had to go back, and I was like, oh man,
I can just crap again.
Do this. Oh, so bad. I was in panic mode. I did not want to go to that school. And so my brother had gone to college early as well. He started when he was 15 or 16. And my dad was like, well, if you don't want to go to high school, we'll just put you in some college classes and like see what happens, because I could enroll as like a dual enrolling student.
Yeah.
So I just took 2 classes my first semester, and the second semester I went full time and didn't know what I wanted to do because I was 15.
Yeah.
But I decided to study accounting eventually because I kind of liked numbers and stuff. It was a liberal arts college.
Okay.
So I was accounting with a minor in math, and I took every single math class that the school had to offer. And then I was like, you know what? This accounting stuff is kind of boring. And the math is really fun.
Oh,
so
wow.
I decided to transfer. And I applied to the school where I am now and got in. And I started going to that school when I was 17.
Nice.
I took 1 semester off for a co-op at a company. And I'll graduate in the spring with my bachelor's, and I actually have a job offer already at a defense contractor, which is what I really wanted to do. Yeah, so I've had 3 internships with this company during my undergrad, and then they offered me a full-time position. So I'm really excited. I've wanted to work in defense for a while, and after having 3 internships in the defense industry, I really can't imagine working at a commercial company. I may at some point, I might, but I really like working in the defense industry. It feels good. So I feel like I'm doing something productive and helpful.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. So my specialty is robotics. So I do a little bit of everything. I do some coding, some electrical stuff. But overall, my degree is in mechanical. So
Wow. So how old will you be when you graduate then?
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty normal age now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my experience in my second college was way more of a, I guess you could say, normal college experience, kind of
Yep.
living in the dorms and
Yep.
stuff like that. So
Awesome.
yeah.
I'll have you know that I was homeschooled as well, and
Nice.
I went to UNC Charlotte, it's a local college here, but I
Okay.
didn't have the traditional college experience or traditional public schooling experience, I guess you can call it, up
Mm-hmm.
until I was in college. I did the concurrent enrollment too at a local um, community college before I went to UNC Charlotte, but good experience all around. Honestly, I love those
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah.
They're really effective. Um, awesome. So you're just a wee bit smart. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. That's
I
fantastic.
try. I'm not the
Yeah.
best student, to be honest, but
Ouch.
I get the grades to
Yeah.
pass, and that's what counts.
Exactly. That's phenomenal. And so then back to the back a little bit on the social media side and TikTok.
Mhm.
So one thing I did want to bring up that I've absolutely loved is your Bang Energy reviews. By the way, I have never
Yeah.
had a Bang Energy before. So shifting gears a little bit here. How many of those have you done? Have you gone for all the flavors yet?
Yeah. So
They're freaking hilarious.
thank you. So it all started. Um, how did it start actually? Okay, so I think I had my first energy drink ever. Like I had never had a Monster, um, a Rain, a Bang, nothing.
Mhm.
And I guess maybe like a month ago, I had a really long day at school. I had so many assignments to do, and I was like, oh man, I am so tired. I had woken up at 6 a.m. and went to bed at like 12,
Ooh.
doing homework constantly. And so I was like, I need something. I had already had coffee, and I was in the student center and I saw the energy drink section, and the Bangs had creatine and aminos in them. And I'm like,
Yes.
hey, this looks cool. So I got one of them, and I was honestly expecting it to taste disgusting because I just kind of had this I don't know, bias against energy drinks. I'd
I do
always be
too.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't drink energy drinks. That's disgusting. I only drink black coffee or like whatever. And so I got one and I was like, this is probably gonna be gross, but whatever. And I tried it and it tasted like candy. And I was like, this is pretty good. And so I posted on my Instagram story and asked, like, what's your favorite flavor of Bang? And tons of people responded to it with like almost every single flavor of Bang under the sun. And so I went out to the store and bought like all the flavors and put them all in my fridge. And I'm like, all right, I gotta try these. And so I just decided, oh, I made a TikTok with one of them because somebody had responded to my story and he was like, we follow each other back on TikTok. I don't
Mhm.
know this person in real life, but he was like, if you don't like this flavor, like you're crazy. So I made a TikTok that was to this sound that says the sounds like just as I thought, trash. And so I was like, oh, here's an opportunity to like be sarcastic. And I made a video and tagged him in it. And I was like, I'm trying your flavor. And I put it to that sound. And a bunch of people commented and they were like, you need to try this flavor. You need to try this flavor. And I was like, okay. So I just started making TikToks of them and they're really fun. I usually, I guess every single one of them, it's been my first time trying the flavor like on
Wow.
camera. And they're really easy to make and they're fun to make because I don't have to actually like put forth effort lip syncing or making acting facial expressions, and it's
Yes.
just me. And I don't think I've had any of those get like crazy or high views for me.
Mhm.
But they're usually around like 1 or 2,000 views, but they're just fun.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy them. So actually, I guess it was today, somebody commented and he was like, I just Venmo'd you because I have my Venmo in my
No
TikTok.
way.
He was like, I just Venmoed you $350. You have to go try Miami Cola. I was like, all right. So I was at the gym and then I went home and showered and I went to Publix and got the flavor and made the video. And it was really good. It tasted like
Really?
Coke. Yeah.
Really?
And then everybody in the comments was like, that's disgusting. I was expecting you to hate that. But I actually really liked it. I was like, oh, I guess maybe my taste buds are broken. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Kind of started on accident, I guess, or just started with a very tired Kjarstie. And now it's just a thing that I do. So I guess maybe I'll move on to Reigns and Celsius after I finish all of the Bang flavors.
Oh my gosh. So Bang seems to have like an unlimited library of different things. I don't even know how many flavors there are at this point, but do they taste better than, 'cause I've had Monster before. It is awful. Or like NOS or whatever that is.
NOS.
Don't even go there. It's horrendous. So it seems like Bang has enough flavors to where you could find one that actually is. So it actually tastes good. Like some of them actually do taste legit.
Yeah, like the crisp apple one.
Okay.
That one tastes like Angry Orchard to me. It's pretty good. Yeah. And then the peach mango, that one tastes pretty good too. It's very fruity. And then yeah, the Miami Cola. Apparently people have very strong feelings about the Miami Cola. Either they love it or they hate it. But I thought it tasted exactly like a Coke.
Wow.
I don't really drink Coke like on the regular, but it tasted just like a Coke to me. So, I was impressed. Yeah.
And are these are all of Bang's 0 calorie?
Yeah.
What?
I know. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they're lying.
Okay. You may be changing my mind about these because I swore to myself that I would never try one. I thought it was like just like some teen on the internet decided one day to just mix some flavors in a blender and put them into an energy drink. This changes my mind though. Okay. So those three are your favorites. The crisp apple, peach mango, Miami Cola. Okay.
Yeah, those are definitely my top three. And I have tried one Reign. I don't remember what flavor, but I didn't like it very much. And Reigns have, this is like negligible, but they have 10 calories. And Bang has 0. So if you're worried about adding 10 calories to your day, gotta go with the Bang.
I had no idea. The first time I heard about Bang was Destroying. He was on YouTube. He now is on TikTok. He was trying to get in the NFL. He's a punter. And yeah, I always thought nothing of those energy drinks. I thought it was just like, so interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. Now you've really piqued my interest.
Gotta try
them. Let me think. So what other so where, as far as like taking the account somewhere, are you just trying to get into that fitness niche and just create more fun kind of stuff around it? Or do you have any ambitions to, I mentioned personal training at one point, but do you have any ambitions to even be in the fitness space professionally at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Like I said, I mean, I am going to go work a 9-to-5 in the engineering field.
Yep.
But I don't want to work a 9-to-5 forever. And if I could create content for a living, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
So I definitely, once I have time and money, I definitely would like to get certified to be a personal trainer. That's probably next on my list of things to do.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep trying to build up the TikTok and then possibly start a YouTube channel once I have enough followers on TikTok, because it's just so hard to build a YouTube channel by itself.
Yes.
You know, so if I get enough of a following on TikTok, I could make a YouTube and then be like, here's my YouTube, follow it. And I also have to have more time to come up with more interesting things to do on YouTube, because with TikTok, you know, it doesn't take too long to create a video, depending on what you do. sometimes I'll put a lot of effort into it and like film an entire workout, or like me getting ready and then going to the gym and oh, this is quads or this is hamstrings or whatever. But honestly, those videos don't do as well as just like lip syncing a joke. So
I know,
like,
right?
why am I putting in all this effort for like 1,000 views? Which is frustrating because I don't necessarily just want to lip sync things and make jokes all of the time. I like making other types of content too, but I'm also trying to build up the following. So you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
That's funny.
So yeah, once I have more time to come up with better and longer content, then I can start making YouTube videos. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. I've listened to a couple of your podcasts and listening to people talk about opening up their own gym, which I always thought was like impossible. And then listening to people talk about doing it, it seems much more possible.
Yes.
And definitely sounds like something I would be interested in.
Cool.
Because then it's like, oh, I have my own gym. Like you can go work out whenever you want because you have the keys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Gotta pay off some student loans and be financially stable before I dive headfirst into anything. But I would love to be able to do something in the fitness industry for a full-time job. So
short term, you could do my personal favorite, which is build your own home gym.
True. I have to have a home first. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Space, kind of a concern.
Yeah. I just filled out an application for a 1-bedroom apartment, so I don't know how many weights I can put in there, but
might be a little rough.
Maybe, yeah.
If you do happen to build a gym, let me know. I'll definitely have you back on and publicize the heck out of that. That'd be amazing.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love seeing good people build good gyms. It's hard to find, there's half a dozen gyms around here. We're in Charlotte, in North Carolina, and, half a dozen gyms around here, and some of them are well run. Some of them are terribly run. It's usually the small ones that are a couple thousand square feet that awesome power lifters, awesome gym environment. You've got a crew and the whole bit. So did you listen to, when Joe came on for Unleashed Strength?
No, I don't think I listened to that one.
Take a listen to that one if you have a chance. He's the guy, he kind of built a culture around powerlifting that was very approachable. He's got 400 plus members now. He's freaking crushing it. And he's only got a few thousand square feet of space, but he just continues to like economize everything. And he's got some really, like, he's got Jimmy Kolb, who's a 1,100 pound bench presser. Who goes to his gym.
Gosh.
Yeah, small numbers.
Jeez. Yeah, lightweight. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it can definitely be done. And I think it's a lot more doable, especially if you do it the way that our business does it, which is you buy in bulk, you sell some stuff, you make some stuff, you can kind of break even on the equipment, and then you build your not home gym, but you build a commercial gym that way, basically cost free. So
yeah,
it's very doable.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what have your friends thought about all this, or do they follow you on social?
Yeah. A couple of my friends follow me.
Okay.
Some of them don't have TikTok, so they just get to have my phone shoved in their face and I go, look at this TikTok I made today. So yeah, I think most of the people who follow me before I started making content, just like when we were sending each other videos and stuff like that. But most of them don't really keep up with TikTok. My mom's my #1 fan. She's so cute. She downloaded the TikTok app just so she could be my 7,000th follower.
Aww.
And watches my videos, and she's so funny. I'll get text from her and she'll be like, I made this one video that was saying, it was talking about like fad diets, and it was like people who drink apple cider vinegar every day and say they lost 10 pounds in a week. And it was like the sound that says CAP.
Yes.
CAP. And she texted me one day, the day that I posted that, she's like, does cap mean something? she'll text me about like the slang stuff or the TikTok jokes and be like, can you explain this to me? I'm confused. It's so funny. But yeah, she downloaded it just to watch my videos. And she's my number one fan. But yeah, a couple of my friends watch it. Some of them don't even really know that I have the TikTok because they don't have a TikTok and I don't show it or advertise it to everyone. But yeah.
You mentioned cap. I don't know what it is, and I'm older. I'm 31, so I guess that technically makes me a millennial. I think we're up to what, Gen Z now? Is that right?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so Gen Z has the uncanny ability to take words that make absolutely no sense and associate them with a word that means like cap, like
yeah,
no, like how is this happening?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just see them and somehow you just hear it enough in the right context and it makes sense to you. And then it becomes a part of your vocabulary. And that's something I've thought about a lot. I'm like, where did this word come? This is not a word. And then I say it all the time. And I'm like, why am I saying this? And it's horrible. But it's really entertaining. It almost feels like an inside joke for like an entire generation, so it's funny to me. But yeah, it is a very weird phenomenon.
It definitely shortens the language cycle a little bit. I mean, like it's way easier to say fact no cap. I mean, than just like that's definitely not true.
Yeah.
No.
Plus you sound cool.
You sound cool. You're in. Yeah. I must say, if I wasn't on TikTok or Instagram, I feel like I would probably end up feeling like I was 50 or 60 at this point. Just because it's moving so freaking fast.
Yeah, if you're not on the social medias, how do you keep up? I don't know. And there's plenty of my peers who aren't on social media at school, and then I'll say these things to them and they're like, what are you talking about? You sound ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, I'm on TikTok, I can't help it.
Oh my gosh.
My fault. Yeah.
So going back to lifting, I did see a recent video of yours where this surprised. So is this your opinion or is this like you're just making a video about it? Because you said deadlift, cool, or I like you have a cupcake. Deadlift,
oh yeah,
bench. Do you actually not like squats?
I hate squats.
Wow.
I hate them. I just did them today. I do them every week, but I hate them. Like,
I'm on the same boat.
Make me want to die.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. I just recently got my first lifting belt for my birthday. My brother and my parents all pitched in and got me a custom lifting belt that spells out my name phonetically on the back. It's pretty funny. But I have scoliosis and I would get like some lower back pain when I was squatting.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason that I hate them. I also hate them just because they're hard and they hurt. Yeah. But now that I have my lifting belt, I hate them a little bit less because it's supporting my spine and I don't really have that back pain anymore. But yeah, man, they're just literally crush you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, they literally are the worst. It's funny because with guys, I think quite the opposite. Like I think guys are like all about deadlift and bench press, and girls are all like all about squats and glute ham thrusts and all that stuff. And it was really funny to me when you said that because I was like, well, dang, now I feel like I'm part of the crew.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Out of curiosity, have you tested your 1 rep maxes? Like, do you know what your lifts are right now?
Okay. I do. Yeah, my bench is at 130. It's been at 130 for a minute. I failed on 135 like 5 times at least. I don't know what the problem is, but I told myself a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I am not attempting 135 again until I can push 130 for 2 reps. Period. Not gonna do it because I'm sick of failing. And then my deadlift is at 245. and my squat is at 225.
Nice.
So my goal was by the end of this year, I wanted to squat 2 plates, bench 1 plate, and deadlift 3 plates.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to make that deadlift. It's moving very slowly, but I've already made the squat, and the bench is only 5 pounds away. So hopefully I don't know. I have to figure out some better accessory exercises to do to get my deadlift up, because it's not been going up for me. So if you have any suggestions, let me know.
Sumo. I'm just kidding.
No.
Never.
I used to deadlift sumo, actually. I used to.
Really?
And well, I have very long legs. I'm 5'10".
Okay.
And my legs are like 5'6" of my body. It's ridiculous. And I used to deadlift sumo. And then one day there's this guy at my gym who is older, and he's done like bodybuilding and powerlifting, and he's super nice. He'll give me like aminos at the gym and stuff, and give me lifting tips. And he saw me deadlift one day, and he was like, you need to be deadlifting conventional. And he told me how to do it. And he was like, this is how you need to stand, this is how your back needs to be, everything like that. And I started pulling conventional, and now I haven't done sumo since then. And like, even just setting up, if I think about doing sumo, it just feels weird to me now. So now I just deadlift conventional all the time. And I don't know, I don't think either one is necessarily easier, in my opinion. I know there's a great debate about it, about how sumo is cheating, blah blah blah, but I don't know, I just prefer conventional. And also, this is interesting too, I mentioned I have like pretty minor scoliosis, but I have like 2 curves in my spine. And if I bend over and like look at my spine in the mirror, I can see it. And usually after I deadlift, it gets better. Like, I'll look at it and there's less of a curve. And I always thought like, oh, maybe I probably shouldn't deadlift, or I should never go very heavy because of my spine. But I don't know, it seems to help me with my back. So I love deadlifting now.
That's fantastic. So because certain people, like, I've got long arms, so I'm generally built for deadlifting anyway. And I feel like if I did sumo, I'd only be bringing the bar up 2 inches off the ground. But for some people, like, conventional works really well. So I feel like it's an anatomy thing where it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, they have to find one that's more comfortable for them. And same thing with like low bar, high bar squat and all that good stuff. And I haven't experimented with sumo yet. So I don't know if the leverages would be any different. I know your back's in a different position, but that's interesting. I would have thought, because normally people can pull more, and I don't know, it's like a different movement, but it's not, I find that interesting that it's easier. It seems like it's easier for you to pull conventional.
Yeah, now it is. And I've heard that like pulling sumo puts stress on, I forget what muscle, but some muscle in your hip that maybe it's your abductors. And I don't know. Now I think about it and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't know. It's weird. I like conventional better now. But yeah, it's definitely has to do with anatomy and preferences and stuff like that. It's the same thing with squat, like how wide your feet are for squat definitely changes, based on how your hips are shaped and all kinds of stuff. So
I've experimented with wide and narrow squats. I've got an issue with my right thigh anyway, but the wide squatting is interesting too. That's insane hip flexion if you go super wide, almost like a sumo deadlift. I haven't seen very many people do that. It's a little uncomfortable too. So I like asking people this just because I'm an equipment nerd, but what's your favorite piece of gym equipment right now?
Oh man, that's so hard to answer. I've been really into chest flies with cables recently. And I use the cables a lot for like chest and back. Like, I love those lat push downs, I guess, where you grab them with the straight arm, But I don't know. That's such a hard question. You know what? Final answer is gonna be the leg press.
Okay.
I love the leg sled, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But
Yep.
yeah, I was just doing that today, actually. Today was my quad day, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is the downside of having a home gym, is you can't fit big equipment like that in a place that small.
Yeah.
So I do miss the commercial gym for that, partly that reason. Long-term goal, I'm going to have a warehouse with like all this stuff in there, and that'll
nice.
be
Air conditioning or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes. I'm working in our office is in an air conditioned warehouse right now. So yeah, I'm not about that.
Yeah. I hate going to unair conditioned gyms, especially I live in Florida. It's like, I went to one like a year ago with my fiance, and I walked in and everything's rusty because it's a swamp down here.
Oh my
and
gosh.
You have to you go over the cables, you have to spray it with WD-40 before you do a set.
What the crap?
What do these people have against air conditioning? Oh, it was horrible. I never went back. It's like, maybe I'm a bit of a princess, but I don't like having to carry around a can of WD-40 in the gym. Sorry.
Oh my word. That's if you ever go to Texas, Metroflex Gym in Arlington is the same way. Okay. It's like bay doors open to the outside. It is the sweatiest gym you've ever been a part of. Oh my gosh. But it's where Ronnie Coleman freaking trained.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, how do you not, you talk about deadlifts, like how do your hands not slip off the bar every time you do a rep?
Lots of chalk.
Yeah, I guess so. And reps and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I'm curious if anybody's approached you about sponsorship opportunities since you've been doing the fitness content. Has that happened?
Not really. I had one company that's just kind of starting out. They sent me some clothes in exchange for like a couple of posts.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome. I was really excited about that. And then I've gotten a couple of like the generic ones where they'll be like, hey, we'll give you this much off your first order, and then if you make sales, you can be an athlete. But those are just like pyramid scheme, walking coupon code. So I'm not about that. Sorry, I'm broke. So I don't do those. But nope, just the one so far. But that would be cool. I would definitely love to do that. So maybe Bang energy drinks, if you're listening to this.
They seem like they have a lot of money to throw around.
Yeah. Right. I've definitely invested enough at this point. Jeez.
I think between them and Rain I feel like Rain sponsors every freaking athlete I have ever seen in my entire life. Like that is always a sponsor for some reason. I don't know if money grows on trees for them or what, but
I don't know. I guess they're very popular. Well, I mean, energy drinks, it can be for athletes or students or whoever. Whoever has an unhealthy addiction to caffeine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What would some of your advice be for somebody your age who wants to get into lifting, but had some of the same reservations as you did and is kind of on the cardio train right now?
Well, definitely like the number one thing, especially for girls, is like a lot of girls are afraid of getting bulky or building up, like they don't want their upper body to get big, so they only want to train legs. And that's just not going to happen. We just don't have the same hormones as men, and we're not going to get bulky, especially not overnight, So for me, I guess like some people would say that I look bulkier up top than most women, and then some people, like trolls on TikTok, would be like, you actually look like you have no muscle at all and you look ridiculous. But it's all relative, right? So some people would look at me and be like, oh, I don't want to look that big. Well, I've been lifting weights consistently for a year and on and off since I was like 17, right? I didn't do this on accident. Like I don't bench 130 on accident. It's not going to happen on accident. So don't be afraid of getting bulky would be like the number one thing. And then number two, do your research and make sure you're doing the right kind of research and find reputable sources. Don't hop on the fad diets or the fad workouts. There's it's very hard to distinguish for new people. Yeah. But yeah, if you can find someone to look up to like I did, and find people who give you quality workouts and quality nutrition advice, that's really the best thing you can do. Yeah. And I say that carefully because, you don't want to follow what someone else is doing to a T, because we're all different and all of our bodies are different. So you're not going to train or eat exactly like someone else, but having that foundational base knowledge about lifting and nutrition is so important when you're first getting into it. So yeah, I guess that would be my advice.
Awesome. Yeah. You mentioned trolls. I'm always curious how people deal with those. The one video you did about nobody asked you was perfect. But how do you, because I know, just speaking for me personally, some of those comments really get to me, and it's the one or two, but how do you deal with that?
Yeah, well, I guess the big thing is especially for anyone who's not already posting on TikTok and you're thinking about posting on TikTok, make sure you're mentally prepared for that to happen. Because when I started posting, I thought to myself, okay, I know that there's gonna be people in my comments saying negative things, and I was mentally prepared for that, because it is hard. You read the words, they're in your brain, you're gonna think about them, and you just have to remind yourself that they're trolls. And you just have to kind of be okay with that fact first of all before you post, otherwise it will destroy you. And then you also have to remember that it's not your content, because no matter what you post, somebody is going to have an issue with it. If you get enough views, somebody's going to have something nasty to comment, right? It doesn't matter what you're posting. Yeah. So remember, it's not my content, it's these people that they, for whatever reason, some of them I think just do it for fun to entertain themselves, which sometimes you can kind of tell that they're doing it for fun. And I just laugh at those, I just respond with a laughing face or something. Some of them really seem like they've got anger issues, and sometimes I respond to those. Sometimes I just let other people respond, because other people do respond sometimes. And sometimes I'll just block them, because you never know who people are on the internet, you know, and you watch enough Criminal Minds episodes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Time to block them.
Holy
cow. I think just being in the right mindset before you post is definitely the number one thing, because if you're going on there and thinking, oh, everybody's gonna love this and nobody's gonna have anything bad to say, you're gonna be disappointed, because somebody's gonna comment something. So yeah, I just remind myself of that. And it's still, sometimes it's still difficult to not let it get to you, but if you go into it expecting it, it's not too bad to just brush it off. Be like, oh, whatever. So.
Well, and I think the bigger your account gets, the more it's going to become easier to ignore those kind of people, because your fans will pile on and be like, you're a dumbass.
And that's happened a little bit too. Yeah. I in one of my recent videos, somebody I guess defended me to someone who's commenting something, and then they started attacking the person who defended me. They went and found their Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, oh, nice receding hairline. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Why would you comment that? That made me mad. I might go block them, actually. But yeah, I was like, seriously? Do you have nothing better to do?
Oh my gosh, that makes me very angry. The one that you probably haven't ever gotten this before, but because our reels are hidden in Instagram behind another tab, people think we're buying followers. So we got to, we have 8,000, but our posts don't get very much engagement. Our reels do. Our reels get tons of engagement. And I've had almost every other post somebody comment, oh, it must be nice buying followers. I'm like, bro, you You don't even know me. You don't know me.
Yeah. And that's what's tough, because it makes you want to engage, and it makes you want to explain or like prove them wrong, but it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth your time to go defend yourself to one random person who doesn't even know you.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct. I did have a slightly touchy subject to bring up with you. However, I will preface it by saying I am conservative, so you don't have to answer this question. You had a video about Let's Go Brand, which I absolutely love, by the way. But anyway, I know you don't go political a whole lot, but like, are you on that side of the aisle? Do you care?
I'm definitely on one side of the aisle. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put that on the internet.
That's fine.
To be honest, like, for me, I don't know. I slip a couple things in my videos sometimes.
Okay.
But it's, it is a gym account. So the gym is for everyone. And I have my own personal beliefs, and all of my followers have their personal beliefs. So I think I'll just keep everyone guessing. I'll let you decide.
I love it. Oh, that's amazing. Very nice. Very nice. No, I agree with all those sentiments. I won't press you on it.
Yeah, no worries. I'm always curious, like, sometimes too, I like to think about and be like, I wonder, what do they think? But yeah, I'll keep that private for now. Maybe one day.
Hey, there you go. Well, it's always nice because like a lot of these influencers do end up going super political at some point. It's just like, nobody freaking asked you, just shut up. And so I get both sides of that argument, honestly. It gets annoying either way on it. So yeah, tastefully added, I'm all about it. So
no, I definitely agree.
What was I going to ask you about? Is there anybody that either on TikTok or just somebody that you looked up to in the fitness space that you've been able to hang out with or see or do a meet and greet with personally, or is that kind of still upcoming for you?
I've never met anybody that I follow like on TikTok in person.
Okay.
I'd love to at some point. It is so interesting, like, who you can meet on TikTok, and it's very cool because I've met like a lot of really cool people that I just come across their videos or they come across mine, and then sometimes we'll like talk through comments or like DMs or whatever about going to the gym, stuff like that. And it's very like a weird concept for me to kind of wrap my head around almost, like I grew up with my parents being like, don't talk to strangers on the internet. I know, right? Yeah. And now I'm talking to strangers on the internet, and it's weird, but it's also very cool and able to build connections. And at some point, if the opportunity presents itself, I'd love to meet some of the people that I've met. But for now, just they continue to inspire me through the screen. And I still live close to my brother, and I work out, or I see him. We don't really work out together very much anymore because we have different schedules, but I see him, at the gym and stuff like that. And like I said, my fiance is very big into lifting weights as well. So awesome. We go together like every day. Awesome. But yeah.
That's very cool. Is your brother an engineer as well, or in the same field? Oh, no way.
Same degree. Yeah. It's funny because he was always like never really into the math, and I was. And then he got his first degree at the liberal arts college in like political science, and then he just decided, let's go for engineering. Wow. And we'll actually graduate together because he started like one semester after me, and then I took a semester off to work. So now we're like in almost all of the same classes, and we'll both be graduating together, which is funny because we're 4 years apart, but we're in like all the same classes and everything. So it's interesting.
That's amazing. Do you think you would ever go for a master's or a PhD, or do you just want to end it at an undergrad?
Yeah, I definitely want to get my master's. I would like to do that while I'm working. Okay. I guess it kind of all depends on what happens with like the stuff I want to do in the fitness industry as well, because if that takes off fast enough, I won't get my master's. Because I hate school. I'm sick of it. I before I kind of had plans to do something with like social media or fitness. I wanted to have like being a college professor as my backup plan after
Oh,
working a 9 to 5,
okay.
because I've always tutored people
Mhm.
and I've been a TA in college and I really like that. Um, and I also love just like pure math as opposed to engineering, which is a lot of other stuff as well. So that was like my original plan, was to go work and get my master's PhD and then teach.
Yep.
But I would prefer to do something with fitness or social media. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But I definitely have some very different avenues I can go down, I guess.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself? I know a lot of people like they have this entrepreneurial mindset all the way
Mhm.
through high school and college. Is this kind of something that's kind of been growing in your mind ever since you started on TikTok?
Yeah, pretty much. I never really um considered being an entrepreneur or working for myself, because probably, honestly, to be honest with you, it's probably because
Mhm.
I'm lazy. I was like, that sounds like too much work for me. I can just go be an engineer and make plenty of money
Uh,
at a company that's already established, you know? Um, I'm making myself sound so bad.
No, it's totally fair though. It really
Yeah,
is.
I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like, that sounds stressful and it
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of work, and I don't want to do that. But
Yeah.
the more I think about it and the more I see other people do it, the more feasible it seems to me.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
Well, and I know from personal experience too that and from talking a lot to a lot of these folks that did start their own businesses is
Hmm.
it's not it's no longer a job. Like it really just isn't.
Hmm.
The long hours, if there are long hours for that particular business, don't feel like the 9 to 5 hours. Like I
Yeah.
was, and you may or may not find the same thing if you work a 9 to 5, but like the 9 to 5 drained me a lot more than what I'm doing, and I have longer hours now than I ever did.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's a trade off, but like in a good way, I guess.
Yeah, that makes
Especially if you
sense.
love it. So
Yeah. And then you can kind of work on your own time or work from home or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Particularly if you're doing personal training and a lot of that's yeah. If you have a physical gym, obviously you need to be there supervising, but you don't even have to do that too. Like you could still have management and all that stuff. So
Yeah. And it also, I mean, if it's something that you're really passionate about, the hours don't seem as long, you
yeah,
know. And I I like engineering, but I don't think that it's my passion per se.
hmm,
And it's hard to find that. But I do very much enjoy the fitness industry and lifting weights. So
yeah.
I would love to explore that more and see if I could make something out of it. So
Oh yeah. Uh, any thoughts about ever competing in a powerlifting competition or even bodybuilding competition or anything like that?
yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to do a bodybuilding competition at some point.
Okay.
After college, I will need to hire a coach, and maybe a nutritionist as well, just because of my history with like uh eating. And I
Yeah.
want to make sure I do the cut right, you know.
Yep.
Um, I'm trying to decide or like do more research, you know, on what category. I really love the wellness category, the new
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of the girls in that category are very short because they have these massive legs. And so they're
Oh
able
wow.
to build, you know, thicker muscle because their legs are short. I'm 5'10. So that might take a while to build up those legs. Because I have a lot of bone to build muscle on. My femurs are like, anyway. Yeah, so that's definitely like, aesthetically, that's my favorite category. I would
Okay.
love to be able to compete in that, but it might not be in the cards for me, at least not anytime soon. It's going to take a long time to build up the right shape for
Yep.
that category.
Sure.
So, but I would love to. That's definitely on my bucket list. I don't know if I would do like multiple shows or
Mhm.
ever try to get my pro card, just
Mhm.
because bodybuilding is, you know, it's not necessarily like healthy, right? Like,
Yeah.
because you have to cut down to a completely unsustainable weight.
Yeah.
And then bulk. And I don't know if I want to go through that multiple times.
Yep.
But it is something that I want to do at least once.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
That was my follow-up question is, would you do it natural or enhanced?
Definitely natural.
Definitely natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, well, even natural, it's a nightmare from cutting cycle, even 8 to 12 weeks out. So I admire the heck out of those folks, just because people don't understand the mental fortitude that goes, it's completely different than even powerlifting. Like,
yeah,
it's a whole mental game.
Yeah. Cause like the lifting weights is easy.
Yes. Yes.
It's the eating that is so hard. And when you're exhausted and you just want some food and you eat a piece of lettuce and drink a bunch of water, because you have no calories left, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I definitely have like felt that before going through my ups and downs on the calorie cycling, whatever. But it takes a lot of mental and physical strength. And it's definitely something that I want to be able to do and say that I did that. Kind of check it off my list, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. I just remember, being so impressed, like Chris Bumstead, who just won the Olympia, was talking about, even in the last few days leading up to the competition, he's just laying on the couch watching videos because he doesn't feel like moving in between lifting sessions. Like at that point, I wouldn't want to get up off the couch to go to the gym.
Just exhausted. Like you put everything into your workouts and it's like, all right. And I'm spent. I'm done for the day.
And you still have to lift like so heavy, for hypertrophy and all that stuff. It's just like,
and then hop on the Stairmaster for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Just a quick cardio sesh. Yeah, it's wild.
Oh my gosh. Where can people find you on TikTok and Instagram? What are your handles?
Yeah, so my TikTok is at Kjarstie. It's spelled Kjarstie. Nobody else had the username, so that's cool. Unfortunately, someone did have the username on Instagram. So on Instagram, it is Kjarstie, but there's 3 E's at the end instead of 1. So Kjarstie on Instagram. And it's also linked in my TikTok. So if you find my TikTok, you can just click the Instagram icon and my Instagram's on there. So
fantastic. We'll keep an eye out on her content and go follow her on TikTok, go follow her on Instagram. And let us know when you can start that YouTube channel. That sounds like a blast, honestly.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll definitely be working on that. So
awesome. Well, best of luck, Kjarstie, and congratulations. You graduate in May, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck, and you're crushing it already. So
thank you.
I know you do amazing things. So thanks so much for coming on the podcast too. Really appreciate
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was great.
Of course. Thank you for listening. Please give FreedomCast a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. It would mean a lot to our business. Plus, it's fun to read y'all's reviews. See you next time.